Hi, I'm Maya. 24 hours before I was supposed to walk down the aisle, I was sitting in my childhood bedroom, scrolling through last-minute wedding details on my phone. My mother knocked on the door, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. "Nervous about tomorrow?" Mom asked, perching on the edge of my bed. She held out a steaming mug. "I made your favorite tea." "Thanks," I said, taking a cautious sip. And yeah, a little nervous, but mostly excited. Jason's perfect for me. She tucked a strand of my long brown hair behind my ear. "Your hair looks beautiful. The stylist did a wonderful job with those highlights." "I know. I've been growing it out for the wedding for nearly 2 years." Dad appeared in the doorway, hands shoved in his pockets. "Princess, can we talk about tomorrow? Your mother and I have some concerns." I set the mug down. "What concerns? We've been planning this for months." "It's Jason," Dad said, his voice tight. "We've heard things." "What things? From who?" The tea tasted slightly bitter, but I kept drinking. Mom fidgeted with her wedding ring. "Rebecca from church says he's been seeing someone else." "Rebecca? Dad's secretary, Rebecca? The one who's always trying to set me up with her son?" I laughed. "That's ridiculous." "We're just worried about you, sweetie," Mom insisted. "Marriage is forever. Jason and I have been together for 4 years. I think I know him better than Rebecca from church." Dad's expression hardened. "We're asking you to postpone. Just a month, to be sure." "No way." I stood up, feeling suddenly dizzy. "Everything's paid for. Everyone's flying in. I love him, and we're getting married tomorrow." "You're making a mistake," Dad said flatly. The room started spinning. What's happening?" "It's for your own good," Mom whispered, taking the mug from my hand as I collapsed onto the bed. When I woke up, sunlight was streaming through my window. My head felt heavy and strange. Reaching up, my fingers touched bare skin where my hair should have been. I scrambled to the mirror and screamed. My phone buzzed with a text from my best friend and maid of honor, Vanessa. "Just checking in. Wedding day. Can't wait to see you at the venue in a few hours." I couldn't even type a response. My hands were shaking so badly. Instead, I called her. "Vanessa," I sobbed when she answered. "They drugged me. My parents drugged me and shaved my head." "What? Who did what now?" Her voice pitched higher with each word. "My parents. I need you to come get me. Right now." "I'm on my way," she said. No questions asked. "Don't go anywhere." 20 minutes later, I heard car doors slam outside. Vanessa and Jason both burst through my bedroom door. Jason's face went pale. "Maya, what happened?" "They put something in my tea. They don't want us to get married." Vanessa pulled out her phone. "I'm taking pictures. This is assault." "They said you were cheating on me," I told Jason, my voice breaking. "They wanted me to postpone the wedding." "That's insane," he said, taking my hands. "I would never." "I know," I whispered. Vanessa's eyes narrowed. "Where are your parents now?" "Probably downstairs," I said, acting like everything's normal. "We're leaving," Jason said firmly. "Right now. We'll deal with them later." "But the wedding." "The wedding can wait," he insisted. "We need to get you to a hospital and then to the police." "Don't worry," Vanessa added, her voice cold with fury. "They won't get away with this. I promise." Sitting in the hospital room, I stared at the wall while a nurse drew blood samples. The doctor had already confirmed I'd been drugged with a strong sedative. "Miss Chen, these photos clearly show the before and after," Officer Rivera said, scrolling through Vanessa's phone. "When did you last see your hair intact?" "Last night around 9 p.m. I fell asleep or was knocked out by 9:30. "And you're certain it was your parents?" "They gave me the drugged tea. Nobody else was in the house." Jason squeezed my hand. "Her parents have been pressuring her to call off our wedding for weeks." "Do they have a history of controlling behavior?" Rivera asked. "They've always been protective," I said carefully, "but nothing like this." The hospital door opened, and my cousin Emma rushed in. She stopped short when she saw me. "Oh my God, Maya, who did this to you?" "My parents." No way! Aunt Linda and Uncle Robert? They wouldn't. They did, Vanessa cut in. We have evidence. Emma shook her head. There must be some misunderstanding. They love you. Love doesn't do this, Jason said, pointing to my head. Maybe they were trying to protect you, Emma insisted. They've always wanted what's best for you. By drugging me? By destroying something they know means a lot to me? On the eve of my wedding? My voice rose with each question. Have you even talked to them? Emma asked. Heard their side? I don't need to hear excuses for assault, I snapped. Officer Rivera cleared her throat. Miss Chen, we'll need a formal statement, and we'll be questioning your parents. What are you going to do? Emma demanded. Press charges, I said without hesitation. They're your parents, and I'm their victim. Emma stormed out, phone already at her ear. I knew she was calling them. We need to move quickly, Vanessa said. Emma will warn them. Jason nodded. Cassandra, the wedding planner, is redirecting guests. I've told her what happened. What did she say? I asked. She's horrified, and she suggested we document everything for potential legal action. Officer Rivera handed me her card. We'll send officers to question your parents immediately. What about restraining orders? Vanessa asked. That's the next step, Rivera confirmed, once we have statements. I have text messages, Jason added, from Maya's dad, telling me I wasn't good enough for her. Some are threatening. The nurse returned with discharge papers. The toxicology results will take a few days. What do we do now? I asked, suddenly feeling very small. You stay with me, Vanessa said firmly. We document everything, we talk to a lawyer, and we make sure your parents face consequences. The wedding guests? We'll understand, Jason finished. This isn't your fault. Cassandra can help us contact everyone, Vanessa added. She knows people who can help with legal advice too. Officer Rivera made notes in her pad. I recommend you all record any interactions with the parents from now on. What if they show up where I'm staying? I asked. Call 911 immediately, Rivera said. But we'll have officers at their house within the hour. They won't have time to flee or concoct a story. I can't believe this is happening, I whispered. We've got you, Jason promised, his voice steel. And they'll regret ever doing this to you. 3 days after what should have been my wedding, I sat in Cassandra's office with Jason, Vanessa, and my lawyer, Natalie Park. My head was covered with a silk scarf Vanessa had bought me. They're here, Cassandra announced, peering through the blinds. My stomach clenched. I don't know if I can do this. You can, Natalie assured me. Remember, we have the evidence. The toxicology reports, the photos, Jason's texts. And you have us, Vanessa added. The door opened. My parents walked in, followed by Emma. Mom gasped when she saw me. Maya, thank goodness. We've been so worried. Stop. My voice was ice. Don't pretend you care now. Dad glared at Jason. This is your doing. Turning our daughter against us. I didn't drug her and cut off her hair, Jason replied evenly. Mom stepped forward. Sweetie, we were trying to protect you. By assaulting me? I demanded. By drugging me without my consent? We never meant to hurt you, Dad insisted. What did you think would happen when you shaved my head? I yanked off the scarf. Look at what you did. Mom flinched. Your hair will grow back. That's your defense? It'll grow back? We heard things about Jason, Dad said. Disturbing things. Lies. You made them up because you can't stand that I'm happy without your approval. That's not true, Mom protested. Rebecca said, Rebecca has been trying to set me up with her son for years, I shouted. She's not a reliable source. Emma stepped between us. Maya, they were worried. People do crazy things when they're scared for someone they love. This wasn't love, Vanessa interjected. This was control. You don't understand family loyalty, Dad snapped at her. I understand the law, Natalie said, standing. And what you did constitutes assault, battery, and administering a controlled substance without consent. We're her parents, Mom said, as if that explained everything. I'm a grown woman, I countered. You had no right. We had every right! Dad's fist hit the table. We raised you! We know what's best! Clearly not. Maya, please, Mom begged, tears streaming. We're sorry. We never thought it would go this far. How far did you think drugging me would go? We love you, Dad said, his voice breaking. Everything we've done has been out of love. That's not love. It's possession. What do you want from us? Mom asked. Accountability, I said firmly. You're facing criminal charges, and I'm filing for a restraining order. Dad's face darkened. You ungrateful little... Robert! Mom grabbed his arm. After everything we've done for you, he snarled. You'd throw us to the wolves over a haircut? A haircut? Jason echoed incredulously. You drugged her? Stay out of this! Dad lunged toward Jason. Cassandra stepped between them. Sir, I've already called security. You're making a terrible mistake, Dad hissed at me. When he breaks your heart, don't come crying to us. I won't, I promised. I'm done with you both. Maya, please, Mom sobbed. We can fix this. No, we can't. Dad pointed a trembling finger at me. If you do this, if you press charges, you're no longer our daughter. You stopped treating me like your daughter the moment you decided your control was more important than my happiness. You'll regret this, he threatened. I'll make sure of it. Security arrived at the door. Is there a problem here? Yes, I said clearly. These people were just leaving, and they're not to contact me again. As they were escorted out, Mom looked back, face streaked with tears. We just wanted to save you. I don't need saving, I called after her. But you might. Officer Rivera will be in touch about those charges. 6 months later, I sat in the back of the courtroom as the judge delivered her verdict. My parents stood stiffly at the defendant's table. The court finds the defendants guilty of assault and battery, as well as administering a controlled substance without consent, Judge Winters announced. Robert Chen, you are sentenced to 18 months in prison. Linda Chen, 12 months, with the possibility of parole after 6. My father's shoulders slumped. My mother covered her face. Outside, Vanessa hugged me tight. How do you feel? Validated, I said, but mostly sad. Jason squeezed my hand. You did the right thing. Natalie approached with her briefcase. The restraining order has been extended for 3 years, and the civil case is looking strong. Thank you, I said, for everything. You stood your ground, she replied. That's rare in family cases. As we walked to the car, I spotted Emma waiting by a pillar. Can I talk to you? She asked hesitantly. Jason tensed beside me. Is that a good idea? It's okay, I assured him. Give us a minute. Emma twisted her hands together. I didn't believe you at first. I'm sorry. I know. Aunt Linda called me last night. She wanted me to beg you to drop the civil case. And I told her no. What they did was wrong. I nodded, not trusting my voice. They're selling their house to pay legal fees, Emma continued. Dad says Uncle Robert might lose his job after prison. Actions have consequences. They want to apologize. Properly. It's too late for that. Emma sighed. They really thought they were protecting you. That doesn't excuse what they did. I know, but maybe someday... No, I cut her off. There's no someday. Some things can't be forgiven. They're still your parents. Biology doesn't give them the right to harm me. Cassandra approached with a folder. Sorry to interrupt, but I have the venue options for the new ceremony. Emma's eyes widened. You're still getting married? In 3 weeks, I confirmed. Small ceremony, close friends only. Family? Jason's parents, his sister, that's it. Maya, please, they made a terrible mistake, but... A mistake is forgetting an appointment, I interrupted. They made a deliberate choice to violate my autonomy. People change. Maybe, but I don't have to witness it. Vanessa called from the car. Maya, we'll be late for the cake tasting. Emma reached for my hand. Can I at least come to the wedding? I stepped back. No, I'm sorry. Will you ever talk to them again? I don't know. Maybe in a few years. Maybe never. That seems harsh. Drugging me and shaving my head the night before my wedding was harsh, I countered. This is self-preservation. Jason appeared at my side. Everything okay here? We're done, I said, turning away from Emma. Later that evening, Vanessa, Jason, and I sat in our new apartment, surrounded by wedding planning materials. Your hair looks amazing, Vanessa commented, touching my pixie cut. The stylist is a genius. I smiled. It's growing on me, literally and figuratively. How are you really feeling? Jason asked. About everything? Stronger, I decided. They tried to control the most important day of my life, but they ended up giving me something else instead. What's that? Vanessa asked. The courage to set boundaries, to stand up for myself. And to rock a pixie cut, Jason added, making me laugh. Do you regret pressing charges? Vanessa asked carefully. I thought for a moment. No, they needed to face consequences. Real ones. And the new wedding? Jason squeezed my hand. We'll be perfect. Because it'll be about us, not about family expectations or traditions. To new beginnings, Vanessa raised her glass. And to real love, I added, which uplifts instead of controls. As the evening wound down, I found myself standing by the window, looking out at the city lights. 6 months ago, I'd lost my wedding day and my family. But I'd gained something more valuable. The knowledge that I could survive betrayal and come out stronger on the other side. Have you ever had to cut someone out of your life for your own well-being? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about overcoming life's challenges.